And that was the first time I knew that Anthony didn't like Opie.
Yeah.
I had no fucking idea.
Me and Jimmy would just start going off on something. There's a funny story. We would do, what would that called? It was called
Riffing, joking.
Oh, our jobs, right?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Right. We would be doing that. And here was Opie. You'd get this. And you'd hear the Candy Crush.
On the show.
On the show.
Yeah.
During a break that we were doing. He would just start playing Candy Crush, and people started noticing.
Played that ever. It's just gay Tetris, right?
Yeah, it's like gay Tetris. People constantly still get on him about like, hey, why were you playing Candy Crush during those breaks? Well, he's got a great excuse here.
Sadly, I became wallpaper on my own radio show that I created and put together way back in the day. I ended up just being wallpaper playing Candy Crush because I couldn't listen to another rant about blacks. Oh my God. Fuck.
Now, in fairness, he's got a point.
That's so far fairly valid. I just didn't have Candy Crush.
You got one guy ranting about blacks, then you got another guy, playing out his multiple personality disorder in front of everybody, insisting that everything has to have a character in it. And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck happened to my radio show?
On my own show, by the way. By the way, it hasn't been his show since 1996. It was not his show since 1996, year of our Lord AD. It was our show. And then when Jimmy came on board, it was all of our shows.
I don't know why I would do characters on a radio show. What the fuck are you talking about?
Kenan Thompson is always with his multiple personality disorders.
Multiple personality disorder because you do characters on a show.
So is it
the acting ability,
is
darling.
it you?
You didn't think that you thought you were Uncle Paul, right?
Yeah, and by the way, is it you ranting about blacks, or would we do it at the same time? Would you be ranting about blacks and I'd be going, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
At least they're not blues.
You could see him getting mad at us for doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. And because he wasn't involved in it, he'd start groaning and moaning. And again, playing gay Tetris.
Did it look like me and Jeff right now?
Opie started getting on me. Like, and again, I'm not saying making fun of me, but like kind of digging. And I've told this story in the book. My mother called me. She goes, "Does that guy not like you?" Like other comedians were noticing it. They're like, "What is that guy?"
She probably knows what that looks like.
Absolutely, 100% not liking her son. The second it fell out of her pussy, she was disappointed. My father in the balls.
She actually misdialed you that day.
Don't act like you were stabbed in the back. It wasn't my fucking fault you got fired. I have to fire. What do you think? Scott Greenstein consults me? Hey, listen, what should we do with the guy who makes 3 times what you make? What do you think? He calls me? Are you fucking delusional? Do you think that's what they do? They talk to Jim Norton to see what he thinks?
When I got the boot, I know him. I worked with him for so long. I know he didn't go to bat for me with management. I think he saw that as an opportunity to go, finally, I'm going to be able to show, like, ta-da, here's me. This is my show without this fucking piece of shit asshole. It'll be me and Jimmy and stuff. And I'm like, I know, like I said, I know he didn't go to bat for me. I know you did. And all I was doing was, I couldn't listen to the show. You never listen to the show. You're not on
Of course
anymore.
not.
But I was
listen to the one I am on.
We would go,
Never heard a minute of this.
I never heard this dribble. It was one of those situations though where I knew what was going on, and people would ask me, have you heard the show? Did you hear Jimmy and Opie and stuff? I go, I can't listen to that. I go, but I know one thing. I know I was a buffer between those two as far as them button heads go. And while it took probably 15 years for me and Opie to have our first on-air argument, I go, they're going to have it in a matter of fucking days.
Yeah. I'm not a victim in that.
Famous text I didn't send you. The cunt won't even look at me.
Yeah.
The text you never received.
Never got that one.
We get into do the radio show Monday. I can't even look at him. My fault. Yes. I'm fucking seething inside. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Another radio show where we're fucking really pissed off at each other. So right before Ecstasy of Gold, my phone goes off. And I Text. A lot of times my wife will text me when she's up just to tell me that, she's up and the kids are cool. So I look down and the text says, the little cunt won't even look at me. I went, what? And I'm like, huh? What? Why is Aunt texting me that? What? Who's not looking at? Then I realized that the text was meant for somebody else and that he fucking sent it to me. I'm like, wow, okay. So I wasn't going to do a radio show that day. We had a huge blowout. That one, I don't know.
You were mad at me for that one, too.
Huh?
You were mad at me for that one, too.
Well, I'm trying to keep you out because I to this day, I'm convinced he was, texting you. I can't prove that. But I really feel like he was texting you that day. Because I don't know who else he would be texting. It was just me, you, and him. I think he tried to claim later on he was texting his girlfriend or something, to be honest with you.
I inadvertently sent it to Opie. It was hilarious.
What did you tell him? Did you try to backpedal?
Oh, dude, I was dancing as fast as I could. And my girlfriend, I was sending it to girlfriend. And no, because I finally had to go. I go, well, you won't fucking look at me, you cunt. It was the jig was up at that point. There was no turning back.
He thinks that every single Chip thing is about. It's like, are you?
While the character itself is based completely on him.
Well, it technically is.
It's funny. It's like it wasn't even a thought that was Opie. Like
No.
I hate to break that because it's
funny.
It always makes me laugh that people say that. And if he's stupid enough to buy, and I was nothing to do with him, but he thinks now it's this giant.
It's funny because sometimes you break into those.
It doesn't look anything like it.
I don't even know how to address it.
It doesn't make sense to be that. When you do break into something that he said back in the day or something, it's funny to me and you and a few fans.
Sure.
But it's not the character. It's not the character itself. That's a whole nother thing. And the fact that you were doing, like he'd say, oh, characters, that's a schizo. That's your...
Maybe he's even right, but that's not even insulting.
But
maybe it is.
First of all, yeah, it's not insulting.
Right, I've learned how to monetize my split personality.
Yeah.
Right.
Even the other voice in my head is funnier than you.
Yeah. At least monetize your fucking mental illnesses.
I have a pedophile and a guy who takes everything literally that are funnier than you.
It's like, oh, what do you think you did? Like his fucking mental illness, he made millions of dollars with.
Yeah, made it
the thing that made you break the fucking pinball machine.
Oh my God! Oh, Jesus! Oh, God!
And throw the poker chips.
And throw poker chips.
Some of the funniest
at some
things
poor
ever on the
lady
show.
I'll pass it back to somebody. Could you just, Opie, give those to her? And, that's heavy. Yeah, these are the cards that are still...
There you go, they're all wrapped up.
See, they're still wrapped.
They're all wrapped up.
You ever play 52
Throw
card
them, I'm
pickup?
not gonna...
Oh, Opie! There's no reason to eat the cards at her. The cards hit you. Did they?
Oh, that card's falling off her sleeve.
Come on. Oh my God! Opie! Holy shit! Opie!
Don't videotape.
Oh boy. Now clean it out!
That's all your mental illness that made you. Well, that's what my mental illness does.
Make Bernie
for
Getz
me.
almost kill you.
Bernie Getz was the subway vigilante back in the 80s. A couple of black dudes were trying to rob him, and he pulled out a gun and shot all of them. Killed a couple, paralyzed a couple of them.
Yeah, sit down, Bernie.
What's the thing?
No,
It's right there.
Oh, yeah, sit down. I'll get it to you. We're going to say goodbye to you.
Wow. You rule, Bernie.
Bernie.
No, you do.
This one, right?
It says on the front.
Oh, what are
you motherfucker! Tony, you're asking for trouble.
Tony.
Oh, he's coming over!
Oh, Bernie, sit down! Sit down!
Oh my God! Wait!
He's really mad. He's mad.
You pissed off Bernie Getz.
Again, That's what we all have.
Shit.
And please, obviously, you were an abused little cocksucker, and your mother yelled about blacks, so you yell about blacks. You're the adult child of an alcoholic. You have nothing but fucking issues and self-hatred and doubts about your sexuality, so you're an angry, funny genius. I mean, everybody's shit makes us who we are as performers. Blaming someone and acting like you were stabbed in the back, you weren't, man. It was face-to-face. You knew I didn't want to do it. We had the same agent. I would be on the phone with Bob. I was in Australia telling Bob, I don't want to. Bob's like, he's the morning guy.
You were there now.
I'd be burned.
Be on fire, little Jimmy.
You're a kind of person who wants to get better as you get older and become more self-aware and develop as an individual. And Anthony hates black people. So it's like
Strongly disliked.
It's like strongly disliked. No, but I mean like developing and growing and being
It's not
self-aware.
black people. It's all people.
It's all people.
It's all people.
I'll buy that.